Hey, this is Richie from Crazy Rides podcast. And this is going to be our first episode on our podcast. I'm here with Dean, Eric, and I'm going to introduce myself, and then they'll introduce themselves too. So
what's your name?
my name is Richie, and I've been riding bikes since 1969.
69?
Yeah.
That's when I was born.
I started when I was one. And I'm actually...
Big wheels, huh? Your first bike was a trike big wheel?
My first bike was a BSA. We used to call them Beezers. That was my first bike. Second bike was a Norton with a rigid tail and a 12-over front end. And my third bike was a Sportster that I kept probably around 10 years. And then I took a hiatus between 80 and 92.
What'd you get, bored?
I got into boats.
Blackout?
Boats.
Yeah, spent a lot of money with my father. We were just dumping money in it. It was a Sea Ray, and I thought it was a cigarette. Got very confused of the names. So it had a V8 in it.
Cigarette are two different things.
And I
He got confused then, and now he's confused now.
yeah.
Never went away.
We used to go skipjacking. I used to throw the line over and do 40 miles an hour on the water and see if I can catch any fly fish. So then I got back in 92, and I bought my FLHS, it's Electric Light Sport, and I put 125,000 miles on that bike, covered the United States, the full United States, twice, and then back and forth all over. So that's who I am.
What are you riding now?
I'm riding a 2019 Road Glide Special, all done up, and it's a 117 Stage 4. I didn't get the 131 because they didn't have it, but Eric got it. That son of a gun. I was king of the road for.
He got it.
I was king of the road for 2
5
years.
seconds. 5 seconds.
And then I lost it. So let's hear from Dean.
Hey. So, yeah, I started riding on big wheels. Anybody remember big wheels?
Yeah.
You were young, you had the big wheels.
I never had one.
I never had one.
I just had bikes.
My-
but I used to
my
borrow my
grandkids-
neighbor's
You
big
take your
wheel.
big, yeah. And it was
Yeah,
all
two.
plastic. A plastic front wheel with,
Yeah.
with the
Yep.
pedals on it,
Yeah.
the 2 plastic wheels in the back, and you would be able to skin it.
Yeah.
Right. And wear the plastic
Oh, you
down.
would wear it down till it was nothing. Yeah, it was great, But you would just ride down a block and skin. You'd hit cars and shit, It was fun. Then I graduated to a polo bike, right? Because, that was the next best thing. Made a chopper out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to, which was the cheap chopper because we used to cut the forks with a hacksaw.
Right.
And then you remember the big sissy bars used to have?
Sure.
We used to cut those and stick those in the forks and modify it.
Right.
But they always bent because they weren't good steel. So that was fun.
that
And then,
was
of course, you go to a 10-speed Swin after that. And then the next step is a motorcycle. Whether you owned one, stole one, whatever you had to do to get one. So I had friends who had bikes. I was riding since I was 15. Little Honda 550 and stuff. And we'd jump on that. 2 of us would get on that, a bottle of Thunderbird in our pockets and ride out to Long Island.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a license. We didn't care. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then my first bike was a 750 Kawasaki Vulcan. And I bought used for $2,000. And I rode that to Laconia twice, I think. And I finally got rid of that and picked up a 8390 Sportster, brand new. And I had big plans for it, but I was going to bore out the engine and do all this fancy stuff to it, which I did eventually. When I moved down here, I ended up doing all that. And then from there, that bike was a beast. And I sold that for a Softail, 90-something Softail, I don't even remember. And I had that for a while, and then from there, I went to another Softail, Heritage. Had a lot of twin cams in there, and then finally in 09, got my first street glide. And I had that for a while, and I got rid of that and thought didn't want to ride anymore and cried like a baby and ran down to Harley like the next 2 days. Picked up a Fat Boy, but at the time I think it was the new engine. It was the 104, I think it was. and I got to have it. I rode the bike home.
103.
103. I came home, called the dealer, and said, I hate this bike. You got to take it back. I can't stand it. I don't care what you got to do. You got to get me out of it. So he says, all right, come on back. So I went all the way back down to Alligator Harley at like 7 o'clock at night. He stayed open for me and put me in a Road King. And then from there, the Road King went to another street
You didn't
glide.
have the Road King for long either.
No, I didn't have that long either.
Yeah, I remember
traded that in
that.
for another street glide.
Within week, 2 weeks?
No, I had that for like a year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had it for a while.
Yeah.
A while for me, anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then from that, I went to another street glide, another road glide, a street glide, a road glide. I don't know. I've had a few.
Can't make up your mind.
No. Going in between. If I could have kept them all, or at least two, would have been nice.
Yeah.
And you always have your choice. But financially, I couldn't do it. So, but now I got the 23.5 CVO 121, which I actually love, except for the color, but I love the bike is just phenomenal. I mean, the handling, the power. What can you say? I mean, it is a great bike. A lot of people don't like the technology, but I do. You know, and the bike just, I mean, it's just almost like a Honda.
Kind of looks like one.
Almost.
I love the technology on it.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the screen. I still like the analog gauges.
Oh, I love analog gauges, but I like the screen. You know what? It's like anything else. You love technology, you want to go with it, or you don't.
So let us know what you think about the analog gauges and the new gauges that they have, which actually is a new screen. They're not even gauges. So
yeah, post that in the comments. Anything you guys, what you think about that, what your thoughts are. I mean, I really like it. I like the screen a lot, but I'm also into technology, and it doesn't bother me. I have the CarPlay on there. I bought a device from Tim's Audio. I slapped that in. CarPlay comes right on. I Bluetooth to this device. The device goes into the bike, and I never have a problem with it. So from that aspect, I mean, it is a touring bike, right? So you're on the road, you're cruising around. You know, you want to use your maps. Harley doesn't give you maps. You got to pay for them now, which is bullshit. And I load it up. You got it on your screen. You can listen to your music. You do whatever you want, right? You're going somewhere. You put it in to know your time. If there's traffic, I mean, Waze is great. So if you're into cruising and that's what you're into, you can't beat a cruiser like this. You know, Harley did do a really good job, whether you like gauges or not. I like it. If I was building a Softail or maybe even a Road King or something like that, then I want my analog gauges. I want to feel like I got this badass bike that, you know, 135 engine and, you know, I'm going to chop it out, you know, as far as fenders go and carbon fiber tires. You want to get wheels rather and get into all of that.
Right.
I mean, now you're in a whole nother stratosphere, right? I mean, which, you know, unlimited funds, you could do this. When you don't have that kind of money and you can afford something like this and, you know, it's kind of like at this age and this stage now, it's like, okay, what am I going to be more comfortable in? The kid in me wants to build like that. I want to ride, you know, I want to go crazy. The old man in me has to like, be realistic.
Comfortable.
Yeah, you know, and still have performance. I still want the performance. I love the inverted forks. The braking is phenomenal.
You move up a little bit.
The power is even better. I mean, you know, so, and you can get more. You put a cam in there. And they're making kits now, 135s for it. So I don't know how crazy you want to get, but I'm comfortable with the bike. So, you know.
Well, I'm Eric. I've been riding for a long time.
About 2 years.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah, give him a little credit.
Actually, Richie took me for my motorcycle license.
Wow.
I did ride before then, though.
Right.
That's
got to
That
be
was a long time ago. So
30,
I've been riding
30
for about
years
20,
ago. 30 years.
25 years.
25 to, yeah, about 25
over
years
25
ago.
years.
Right.
Well, you're also a lot younger.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Well,
just turned
a lot
He's
younger than him.
85. You're 75. I'm 55.
There you go.
So
If I look like this is 75, I'm kicking ass, man.
I'm 75 and I look like this, and I'm
Well,
kicking
that's
ass.
true. That's true.
Go ahead.
So I trained on actually a Honda 250 Custom that my cousin gave me. And that bike was a trip. I mean, I'd go 50 miles an hour and the whole fucking thing
It's
was
shaking.
shaking. You know? So that's why I took my road test on as well.
Where'd you take your road test? I took mine in Jamaica, Queens.
I took my
No, I took mine.
the park.
in Queens.
Yeah, in the park.
I think it was in Bayside,
Oh,
around
all right.
Bayside.
Bayside,
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, if you hear a little distortion, we have a fan running. We're in Dean's garage.
And it's Florida,
You know,
South
and
Florida.
it's Florida.
December. What are we?
So-
November? No, we're in
No,
December.
we're in December.
We're in December.
Yeah.
December 11th.
Thank God.
But it is nice outside. It's beautiful outside. It's a little warm in the garage, so we have a fan running. So if you hear a little static, sorry. So after that bike, I bought after I got my license. But the funny thing is, after I passed the test on my way home, I was about an exit away from home, and I'm on this little bike with this big full face helmet, right? I look like a fucking Martian.
Gazzetto.
And so this pickup truck comes next to me with these two guys. And I just wanted to get home with this thing so I could park it and
Not
get
be
rid
embarrassed.
of it. So I park it. So I'm on the road. This pickup truck comes next to me with these two guys. And I just happen to look over, and I see one guy going like this. I like to go fast because I'm doing like 50 miles an hour, because anything higher, I'd be shaking all over the place. So I was like, ah, shit. So then I got home, and I never went on the thing again.
That's it.
After that, I got a 81 Shovelhead. That was a loud-ass bike. Loud. I had to actually walk it down the block.
Not to
I
wake
used
up
to
your
work.
neighbors.
I worked for New York City Sanitation as well as Richie, and I'd get up at like 4 a.m. and I'd leave like 4:30, 5 o'clock, because we'd start at 6, and I had to walk it down the block to the service road or the highway because it was just too loud. I'd get shot. So after that, I got an Ultraclad 98 Ultra Classic, which I loved. Rode that for a number of years, sold it. Then I was on a hiatus a little bit for about a year or so, a couple of years actually. And then I bought another Ultra. No, I'm sorry, I bought a V-Rod Muscle. That bike was fast. That was a fast bike. Enjoyed that for a couple of years, and then I missed the Ultra because I love the comfort. I love the radio and all that kind of stuff. So I went with a 2010 Ultra. Had that for a number of years, and I just got in 2020, I got the Road Glide Limited. Before it left the showroom, I got a whole bunch of stuff done to it. I got the 131 put in.
Man, that's 4 years
already? Son of a bitch.
Dirty air suspension, front and back, and the fat tire kit in the front.
Yeah, bike's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with it. It's been good.
And there's plenty of videos on your
got
Crazy Ride sites.
So
The
we guys
motor
wanna
has a
check 'em out.
lifetime.
Yeah.
The motor has a lifetime warranty. You didn't.
Yeah. So actually, when I bought the bike, they were running a third party special with a lifetime warranty on the engine. So
That's the engine, drivetrain.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. They don't give that out too often.
But we also have besides the podcast, we also have the YouTube channel. So you'll see my bike on that, as well as our bikes and accessory installs and rides and stuff like that we do, interviews. That's it. So what's the topic of the week for Harley Davidson?
Okay, so
I mean, people want to know
what's going on. Are they still in business or what?
Yeah,
All right.
people want to know what the hell's going on.
We don't know
All
if they're
right.
still in business.
So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Come on, Richie.
Come on,
I'm
Rich.
just gonna throw this out there. So I don't know if everybody likes the limited and the and the ultra, which I believe you have a limited,
I
right?
have the limited now.
You have the limited.
The limited is the
It's the one
Road
with the
Glide.
lower fairings. It's got the radiators in there. It's one of the first liquid
Yeah,
cooled
with the
dresses
lowers,
that
yeah.
they came
Yeah.
with, right? And they have the old style. Well, not the old style, but they had it for a couple of years. They put the radiators in the. They put the radiators in the lower fairing. So rumor has it, and I think it's almost fact, that they are doing away with the Ultra and the Limited. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be gone for a long
for
time.
25.
For 25, yes. They're going to stop the model. That doesn't mean that they're going to end the model. But just like what they did years ago with the CVOs, they'd stop them, and they would come back 2 or 3 years later because they would be more desirable. Everybody, okay, the CVOs are out. Let's go
Right.
for them. So now you're not going to get the tour pack. You know,
That would be sad news.
well,
Absolutely.
you would basically get a stripped down.
Street glide or road glide.
Road-
That's what you're
exactly,
getting, man.
exactly.
But that's and now. But now they force you to spend more money because if you want the Ultra or the Limited, well, now you got to buy the $2,000 tour pack if you're going to get it through Harley. You want to, well, you're not going to have lowers anymore. I mean, they changed the whole bottom of these things.
That's right. So that's the next thing. The new ones, if they do come out within 2 years, will actually come with no lowers. They don't think. Because now you're losing the speakers on the bottom.
Well,
too.
that's what I was just going to say. Yeah, you're losing
Yeah.
the speakers.
Who's making these decisions?
Yeah, some.
Well, some guy from Germany. So
You need a rider.
Yes.
the problem with the company is it's all about money now.
Well, everything's
Everything's
business,
about money. Yeah.
and I understand that.
Right, but
But they're changing it for who? You know, that if you go into a dealership, I mean, you have a new one, yes, and we have a couple of guys in our group that have
Well, we
brand
all
new
have
ones.
newer ones.
Well, I mean the new ones with the screens and the new lights and everything.
when,
Well, everyone spends.
He's dressing
crazy
it up.
money.
That's
Yeah,
all.
you're gonna
Yeah.
Everyone spends crazy money to personalize their bike.
But the thing is, they're just changing the whole look of the bike, you know, and I'm not too thrilled about that because I'm old school.
Well, there's
I like Dean's bike. I like Bobby's
They
bike.
still kept the integrity on that bike.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the style is
When you
there.
start going off kilter and to something totally different,
Right.
you know, I mean,
This wasn't subtle, by the way.
no,
no, this was
this
a big
subtle.
move, but this was still better than AMF did.
Oh,
I mean, AMF was like putting lipstick on a pig, right?
Right.
You had a
Very good.
a road glide. The road glide wasn't even around then, I don't think.
No.
But you had your what's the other one?
Well, you had the Street Guide, you had the Road King.
The Road King. But I mean, you took oh man, I can't believe I can't think of it. Not the Softail. What was the other one before? The Dyna.
The Dyna.
The Dyna lowriders, right?
Yeah.
You changed the fenders. I mean, you took the bike with a shovel head engine and just stuck a stupid fender and like you made it. Like, why?
How about this one?
That was terrible. I mean, you didn't do anything to improve the bike. Now, at least you're improving the technology, the engine, the handling. I mean, you're getting a lot more.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I
it
still like.
looks like
It still looks like a Harley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
no.
some. This looks like the front looks like a little bit like an Indian.
I agree, but they did everything quickly. You know, like they changed the front end. Okay, the lights, the lowers. That front end is gorgeous. I really think that the inverted was really the way to go.
They should have it on all the bikes.
Because
Yeah.
they've been having it. That's been going on for 20 years now. But then they changed the bags in the back. They changed the style of them, and they actually made them thinner, so
Way
they would
thin.
be right.
Wait, then you open up the speakers on there. When you open up the bag, that thing is flopping.
I'm not bashing the bike. The bike's
No.
got everything. The
But
bike
these
is
are things that
but
are a concern.
All right, but
Yeah.
why are you charging $10,000 more and you're kind of getting less, and it's not on the CVOs. I'm talking about the other
The other bikes are the
too.
same, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the problem, and the market isn't calling for that today. These people are going out and buying other bikes that are 10,000, 12,000, and 15. They want to do away with the Sportster, which they already did. Now they have this new one, but the price is still 15,000,
Which is
12
why.
to 15. Yeah.
My first Sportster was, I think, $7,000.
Yeah, because
back in
Honda,
90.
and I don't like to mention these
883.
guys, Honda, Yamaha, they have 1100.
Oh, they got bigger bikes with more power.
Well, they have the 1100s that are comparable to the Sportster, and you can get them for $899.
Well, that's what Sportsters used to be.
$8,999. Yeah, that's what the Sportsters used to go for. My
Mhm.
wife's Sportster, I think she paid $6,000 in 2000. So, but there's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem with the with this.
Yeah, but look at who they're selling to. How many people can afford these bikes? I mean, realistically, you're not getting guys in their 20s.
No.
I couldn't afford this bike when I was 20, 30, 40, even 40.
Right.
I mean, there was no way I was getting in that market. That was my job. I worked for whoever I worked for. I didn't generate that kind of money to afford that type of 50. Well, back then it wouldn't even have been 30,000 would have been a big number.
So
right?
you're in the 50s, and you're buying a bike that you think this is going to be your last bike. So I'm going to spend my money.
Right.
It's like, it's like the guy that goes out, retires, he's 55 to 60, and he ends up buying a Corvette, because that's what he wanted all his life, or he had one. So, there's nothing wrong in
No.
what that is. But how many of us are still, how many are out there?
No, there's not.
And-
Well, that's just it. There's not a lot.
There's
And the
not a-
younger generations who would love to get a Harley.
Yeah.
Well,
They're priced out of it.
tried
Yeah.
with the electric bike
Yeah, which is just stupid.
to appeal to the younger generation, but that didn't work.
No, how do you buy a bike? First of all, you buy a bike and it's electric and you can only go 100, 125 miles.
Yeah.
To me, that's a jog around the corner. A day trip for us is what, 200, 300 miles minimum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we go out. You could take an electric bike. What are you going to do? You can't go on a long ride. You can't go, if you want to go to Orlando, which is 2.5 hours, 3 hours away, you ain't making that on that bike and back.
Well,
it's going to take you
You'll
3
be
days to get
spending
there.
more time
Charging it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
and
And
at
they,
the charging station.
for the bikes.
Most
Yeah.
of them are broken anyway.
Yeah.
Here's the question. The reason why the live wires didn't make it and they had to send them back, they couldn't charge them because Harley had a charger. All the
all
Harley
Harley
Davidsons
dealerships.
had chargers, and the software or the computer wouldn't accept the
So
charge.
did you have to go to Harley specifically to charge that bike?
That's a good question. I don't know if the adapters on them were for other chargers.
Yeah, I'm sure they had an adapter. They had to.
I'm sure they did, but they didn't have anybody out there because nobody was buying them.
Yeah.
And if they did, they couldn't charge them because they weren't taking a charge. So LiveWire is squashed.
I wonder
Now
what
we're at
they
a
do
new
with all these
stage.
bikes that they don't sell.
I don't know. I mean, those were at, what, 30,000 at one time?
Christmas
Yeah,
gift.
Yeah, they were
when
at
they first
30,000
came
at one
out.
time.
Do you-
Paperweights.
Do you remember we walked into a dealership and they had a sign there, down $5,000
Yeah,
or $6,000?
I don't know, man. I don't like getting on a bike. Even if, like, I looked at the Honda Gold Wings because they're nice bikes. I don't care what anybody thinks. They are gorgeous bikes. They did a great job with them, but they're all automatics now. You have to order them with a clutch for a 5-speed or 6-speed. I can't imagine riding a bike and not doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
For all the years we've been riding, right? I mean, it's like an electric bike with gas. You give it a gas.
It's like my mini bike. My mini
Yeah,
bike
right, the
had
mini
a
bikes, yeah.
centrifugal clutch.
Yep.
So the fast, you hold the throttle and the clutch opens up and you
grabs.
take off.
Well, that
Yeah.
goes with anything because my car here, I have a shift that shifts it into drive.
Yeah.
My other car, you press a button.
Mine
So
too.
I'm looking for the shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Well,
shift. A lot of, like,
You get
Mercedes
used to
does that a lot too.
something and
Yeah.
it just,
Yeah. So these buttons, they're pulls, right? So
On your car?
yeah, my car. Now, I've been driving since '66, and even a little bit before that, my father was teaching me. And it was either a 4-speed, 5-speed, automatic on the handle. I think the Soto or Dodge had a push button at one time, right? So now 50, 60 years later, they decide to put this on the dashboard that you pull these buttons out.
It's crazy.
So now I pull, I give it gas, and I'm going into the garage door. So I say, oh my God, it's the wrong one. So now you have to look down all the time, whereas before you just knew where to go. You pull it up, pull it down, put the clutch in reverse. You got to pull all the way over and down. So and they have knobs. Some of the cars have knobs.
Yeah,
Those are the worst. I've rented a car.
My Ram truck had the knob. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's a man truck, all right?
I didn't
Come on.
have that though.
It was crazy. I mean, I had to rent a car one time. I'm looking around. I don't see buttons. I thought the knob was for the air condition. And there's a knob. So I turn the knob and I go, oh, shit. So,
they had buttons in the 60s.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
The Dodge.
Yeah,
Dodge had them on the day.
buttons.
Right.
It didn't stick around long.
And DeSoto, believe it or not, had it in the middle of the steering wheel. Yeah. That's how far back I go. You know what a DeSoto is?
Yes, I know what a DeSoto is. I wasn't alive for it, but I wasn't born yet.
It's the guy with the helmet on, the Spanish helmet, DeSoto.
All right, getting off topic here a little bit.
Yeah,
but that's the fun of things.
So it looks like the bikes are going to go up in price.
Yeah, they're going up. Because of tariff. Talking about,
Well, possible tariffs. They're not in yet.
I
mean, right now it's talk. So to say they're going to raise their prices
up to $2,000.
Right, even before the tariffs are in, everybody's already crying. So it's
right.
Let's.
And
I think this is a ploy to get these guys back in the U.S.
Yes.
Well,
I would like to see that.
Harley some of them are being built.
So you got the Pan Am and the Sportster. The legendary Sportster that kind of, was in the early 50s or the 55.
Elvis Presley rode a Sportster.
That's right. It was an American bike. I mean, it was a national American. So now they're being built in Taiwan. Like the shirts are. Go look at your label on your TV, on your Harley.
No, there's nothing built here anymore.
No.
It's sad. But
it is sad. It's an American, in all
these other countries,
brothers,
the bikes they use are very small.
They are. A lot of scooters and stuff. Yeah, you don't see a lot of big bikes there.
I think that's why they brought those bikes over there.
Maybe to get another market.
That's easier.
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
But here's my other problem with this, though, is, okay, we're going to build Sportsters and whatever over there. Okay, Pan Americans. But you're going to build them there for cheaper labor. All right? Still not going to cost you as much to ship them back here or whatever, with everything. It's still going to be cheaper. But yet you're going to charge me an American price for that bike like it was built here.
Good point.
Good point. I mean, just like the shirts, right? You buy the shirts. These aren't made in America. Why is this $90? Okay, I got it on sale. I didn't pay $90, and that's why I grabbed this.
Because it's branded.
Right, exactly. So, but this only costs like $3 to make, and Yeah. I mean, this is where we're at.
It's true.
Well, we're in the wrong business.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'll start making shirts like in my garage.
Yeah.
This would be a sweatshop. Yeah. I'll be the one sweating.
Yeah.
But that's business is business. Look, I don't own a company. If I can save money here and there.
Well, they don't sell the Sportster here anymore?
Yeah.
They do?
Oh, yeah, water-cooled.
Of course.
Oh, that's
the new one, yeah.
Yeah, the new motor.
That's the one where the pipes are by your thighs?
Oh, yeah.
They were in the middle.
They got the big ones coming up on the side.
Okay.
Side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a nice-looking bike. It's a little bike. It's powerful.
I heard it gets hot over there.
Yeah.
The guy at the dealership says it.
Oh, well, that's too close to you, man.
It's got a plastic cover over it.
Yeah, it's not a good design.
Your thighs are going to roast. But,
yeah, heat's a bad thing, right?
But it takes the whole look away from the Sportster, too,
Yeah, it was an iconic engine, really.
I'm afraid. I'm telling you, I'm afraid. I love RV motors, okay? Even though they changed the styles of it on the outside, the bodies and all that, I still love that look, that motor.
Oh, the motor's everything.
I am
come on.
afraid that they're going to that's the next step.
Well,
They're
that's
gonna put the Pan Am
well,
motor in there.
I mean, honestly, and not to knock Indian, because I do like Indian. Their new engine's nice, like the one that Paulie has and all.
yeah,
But you look at that other one with like the block. What do you call that thing? Like almost a knucklehead engine. Not even
Yeah.
a knucklehead. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, on
a
the
dome
covers.
chrome, like bad chrome. I can't buy a bike that looks like shit. I just with an engine
Yeah.
that don't look nice.
yeah, but that's
You
the
know.
problem. I'm afraid that within the next 5 years or so, their new bike, the dresses are gonna have the Pan Am motors in it.
They might go that way.
I
It's a
know.
good engine though. It's a real
yeah,
good
but
engine.
it looks like a boat anchor.
Yeah, you don't want to see just a block there.
No.
Yeah,
You know.
it's
You want to see something classy that has lines. and
Listen, the
stuff
V
like
twin is classic, right? That's
Yeah.
Harley.
Yeah.
You look at a Harley, you look V twin. Even my old Sportster, my 883, I bored that thing out to over a 1200. I put cams in that thing. It was a beast. You weren't catching me.
yeah.
Of course, the vibration was insane because they weren't rubber mounted back then. But that bike was an animal.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you could do to those engines, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, now you're buying these things that are all compacted and water cooled. I mean, you don't really modify a Hayabusa, do you? I mean, I don't know. I don't own one. I don't know what modifications you
Well,
do to the
probably
engine,
an
but-
exhaust or something.
Yeah, you always do exhaust on anything, but you know,
Well, exhaust you do,
yeah.
and
But
ignition.
you're not going to put a
That's
cam in
it.
those things and
No,
stuff.
you
I
don't
mean,
need to. That's the
They're
problem.
fast enough.
That's the problem with the Hondas. Everybody talks about getting a Goldwing. Look, Harley Davidson is made to personalize the bike. Everybody we know has their bike. It's never a duplicate part. Maybe one or two, but most of the parts are all different in everybody's bike because it's they're
The
putting their
accessories. So you
personalize,
their
yeah.
personalization in it.
Absolutely.
But on a Honda or any other,
You're not.
You're not
Yeah.
doing that
You
because
can't
there's
do that.
nothing to do.
Right.
No, but that's the
Highway
whole.
pegs. That's about all you can do.
Right.
Maybe a seat.
But there's a lot of guys that don't want to do what we do.
right.
You know, we enjoy doing it, right? I mean, I love getting parts and putting them on my bike. Well, not all the time. Depends on.
Yeah, you
All
just
the
gotta
time.
get
I just got a new part that I
All the
don't want to
time.
put on yet because
All the
I know it's going
time.
to take
You
me a
wanna
couple
show 'em the
hours.
box?
Yeah, we'll show you the box
Show
in a
you the
little bit.
box.
But
Yeah.
I mean, no, I love working on my bike. I mean, that gives me enjoyment. You
Yeah.
know, and then when I'm done, I'm saying, okay, that's mine. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
But if I bought a Honda, I'm not
personalized it.
buying a Honda to customize. I'm buying a
Yeah.
Honda to get on it and go for 20,000 miles without a problem. I mean,
But
not
you
even
could
thinking
do
about
the
it.
same thing with the Harley.
Right, but again, I'm not
Even
buying
having
a
it
Honda.
personalized. So when
Yeah.
you pull into a spot in Montana and you have Florida plates, they look at that. They look at the bike. Wow, look at all. Look at this on there, and look at that. When they pull in with a Honda, they go, "Oh, it's a Honda."
Right.
And
Exactly.
That's it.
But that's what you're not buying a Honda for that, though.
I know. But you could do the same thing a Honda could do. I'm proof of that. The last bike I had 128,000 miles on it.
And
that
Honda
was
blew
the
you away.
Electric Light Sport. That was an Electric Light Sport. That was kind of like the first Road King before the Road King became the
Harley
Road
also gives a different feel when you're riding it.
Yes.
You feel that engine. You feel.
Yeah,
that.
you're feeling everything. It's not.
You know, these other bikes, you
They're like
really
a-
don't feel it.
No, and
Especially
you don't
a
hear it.
Honda.
What
Yeah,
about the sound?
Yeah.
Well, there is no
pipes,
sound.
loud pipes save lives.
I haven't heard a loud Goldwing yet. I mean,
No.
I mean, an Indian's a different story.
that's on the same level as a Harley as far as
Yeah.
Right.
customization
Yeah.
now.
Right,
They're getting a lot
right.
more.
They're
parts.
getting their way. It took them a couple of years because, you know, we have a rider that was struggling to get even engine guards
Yeah, when he first bought it.
when he first
yeah.
bought it. Now,
Wasn't any parts. Yeah.
now he's got. Yeah,
But that's like
there's
anything.
parts
Right? I
out
couldn't get
there.
any parts for this when I first got it.
Oh,
The 23 CVO.
well, it took about a year before
They
everybody
need,
caught up.
these companies need to get the bike, to
Right.
make the part.
Yeah.
So,
That's
manufacturing,
exactly
yeah.
what it was, and that's exactly what he needed.
They
to
didn't
do.
get them pre-year before to work on it.
Yeah.
They had to wait.
See, my problem now is, we have our YouTube channel, Crazy Rides Inc. But my problem is now our bikes. I can't find them on YouTube. Everybody's got these new ones, so it kind of like it's disturbing because are they not making anything new for these bikes anymore for our bikes?
You're always going to have parts for your bike.
Yeah, I mean,
you can still get parts for a shovel head.
like
People are still making
True.
things, you
like
know.
what new?
True.
They've made everything.
They made a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're going to change designs. I
Well,
mean,
they do have the headlights now.
They've always had the headlights.
well,
up.
the headlights,
They made them different.
they made them different. The
Yeah.
Bajas are now several different companies are making them.
You know,
But it's like, hey, this is the new thing. Everybody's got to make parts for it, right? Now, you've already been out for a year. Now the parts are just coming out constantly. There's all sorts of stuff coming out for the bike.
Yeah.
But that was going to stop making anything for the older Rushmore engines or anything. Or
That's
even the
exactly
Ridez.
what they were talking about, the Rushmore, because those were the most popular ones in the last, 8 years that they've had them.
Like, you're a manufacturer, right? You're in bike parts, like Thrashin and Kraus and everybody. You love new technology. You're gonna make more parts now to get a broader
well,
market.
more, the need is going
Yeah.
to be there.
So now you have, okay, we got stuff for the older bikes from whenever, 2010 and up, and now we're going to have all these new ones.
Right.
And now they're going to change in 25. We don't know, going to be drastic? Are they going to be similar?
Right.
I don't think
Right.
it's going to
No,
be
I
drastic.
don't think it's going to be drastic.
No, it can't because you just did it.
No,
you know.
they just did it. This is
But-
going to stay around for the next 5 years, and then all of a sudden things will start changing. And that depends on what the economy is going to be like for Harley. I mean, Harley's losing a lot of money right now.
Well, if
So-
you keep asking 10, 15 over MSRP, you're not going to make any money.
Well,
Right.
a few of these dealerships closed
Yeah.
up already.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And
New York,
why?
right?
And some of these dealerships here are closed for like on a Monday and a Tuesday, and open for the rest of
The rest of the week. They're supposed to be only temporary for the summer.
Well, not even that. Why
Why
did
do you
do
close?
that?
I don't know. Nobody's in there during the week. I mean, I go to Harley here. I'm not going to say which one. I go during the week. Nobody's in there.
Yeah,
You know,
and
No.
they still got their bikes in there.
Yeah,
lots of bikes.
lots of bikes.
And you try to, me, I'm always playing, trying to make a deal, right? No matter what. They don't want to hear it. They think that, nope, this is my bike. If it's 42,000, I'm charging you 52. Sorry.
I would think you want more volume.
Yes, right. In the old days, everything was,
and
We'll sell
Well,
more.
that's how it
be able
was
to
years ago.
yeah.
Be able to sell it at MSRP.
They were
'Cause you're
less.
still making
You're making
money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you're not
know,
gonna make a killing.
sell it at MSRP, make the people happy. They're gonna refer you, and you're gonna get more clients.
Yeah. I mean, look, your friend Bob, right?
Yeah.
I bought this bike. I got a really good deal. I'm not going to lie. That was the last good deal I got at Harley. I mean, that was just
But
They
you were
just wanted to
looking
get rid-
at the one that Bob had. They wanted 6,000 or 4,000.
they wanted more. They wanted more because of the special paint. Yeah,
Right.
it's the whiskey neat.
And,
yeah,
And Bob
that's
ended
color.
up,
I love that color.
Bob ended up buying the bike for.
He got a better deal than I would have
Yeah.
because he was trying to get me into this. He didn't want me walking out of this bike.
Right.
They had to get rid of this bike.
Yeah.
You know, so he gave me a phenomenal deal on it. He didn't, you know,
All the silver ones. All
Yeah.
the silver ones they were
And they
trying
still
to get
can't get rid of them.
Right.
Yeah.
They
No
were
matter
trying to
what,
get
they're
rid of
still
them.
making money.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But when I went in there to get a price on a 131 kit at the time, I wasn't even looking at this bike. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
And
gonna
then-
fix up
and
my
then
ST.
You came to me and rationalized the whole thing.
do I spend it here or I do this?
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
sleepless
And
Yeah,
I
right.
looked at you, I shook my head. Next thing I know, you're coming in with a new bike. So
That's my retirement present.
that's all right.
Yeah, so
that's
was mine.
okay. It's all right. It was his.
Actually, I'm not retired. I'm
and
I'm the
me,
biker's
you
realtor
guys
now.
didn't
That's
want to.
right.
You guys didn't want to ride with me anymore because I kept breaking down, so I was forced to.
Oh,
buy
you were
another
breaking
bike.
down. We were going out to Daytona. We go out for dinner. The bike doesn't start. I'm like, come on, man. We're starving over here. Now we push the bike and it's
push start.
push start. Yeah, but that wouldn't even do that. We just pushed it up a hill to go
Yeah.
end the night and the bike started.
Then I walked away from the bike, and I came back an hour later, and the bike started up.
And then you're riding and parts are falling off. They hit you as you're riding and you're like this. I mean, come on, man.
Oh,
can't.
God. No, that never happened. That never happened.
And the funny thing is, when he goes to buy his bike, the Road Glide he has now,
Oh, yeah.
I went up to 45th Street Harley, and I'm taking pictures of Road Glides, and I'm sending it to him on his phone. And he's like, oh, that's nice. He was sending me pictures back. And he's like, where are you? I said, I'm right over here. I'm at Harley, 45th Street. He was like 3 rows over. Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. So I helped him that day, and we got the bike.
I
He got-
actually said to him when I sent the picture, "Here, take a look at my bike." And he goes, "Where are you?" And that was funny. And thank God he was there because I had so much crap in the back of my bike.
Yeah, I had my car.
Yeah. in my bags. You know, I still think I'm traveling cross country. I kept everything in there.
I think Jimmy Hoffa was in there, man. He had so much shit. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
I had boxes of stuff. I'm like, dude, where'd you put all this stuff?
Yeah, I says, hey, you never know. I might get on a bike and go to California again.
Yeah,
Who
right.
knows?
Well, you traveled a lot, right?
I traveled all over the country.
You got a star in every state?
Yes.
Except for Alaska?
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, it's right. Alaska, right?
That's a tough one.
You
to
didn't
do.
Hawaii, what I did in Hawaii.
You rented a bike, right?
I rented a
there
bike.
You go. That counts.
Yeah,
You're not going to ride over there. I mean,
no, but I rented a bike. But Alaska, I was there. My wife and I were there. We went to it was not even a dealership. It was just a shop.
Yeah, they just rented them.
They just rented them. They had Harley shirts, though. I bought my Alaska Harley shirt. And I was just ready to rent one. They had a bagger there. And Debbie didn't want to ride. So I says, I ain't going to take the bike out. Watch you.
Yeah, you're going
to. Where you going? Back to the ship? So I didn't do that.
That's all right.
So when's Daytona this year?
Daytona is
February
28th to March 9th.
Okay.
February 28th, and we're going to be there on the 6th to the 8th. And you will find us at Daytona Speedway on the 7th.
We're going to be there March 6th through the 10th. We're going an extra day.
Oh, that's right.
Because the 9th is Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
And we were going to leave. Now we're staying until the 10th.
Right, and we're gonna be at that Saturday. What is that?
That's
7th?
Sunday. We're going.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday's the
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday.
We thought it was Sunday. That's why we stayed the extra day. Yeah.
Okay, so Saturday's the track, and that's the 8th.
Yes. The 6th is a Thursday.
So we're going to be at the track on the 8th.
On the 8th.
To watch the bagger races.
Right, and do the ride through the track, right?
Yeah. So we got our VIP. Well, I got my VIP ticket already.
Yeah, I didn't get mine yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. These guys are procrastinating. But I got my a VIP ticket, and that was for one day. It's $80, but you get a personal parking, so that you go into the track, and you go all the way to the left where the stands are, and under the stands is like where pits are. So we're gonna park in the pits. So it's an overhang. Sorry. There's an overhang. And then we'll get right there. We'll be by the chicane, by the start. We'll see the wall. Then we're going to get on the track because we got VIP tickets.
You're going to ride the wall?
I'm gonna open the
I don't know.
throttle
I'm doing it
up
on a cruiser.
I'm going to open the throttle on that Screaming Eagle, and I'm going to go as high as I can until I fall off.
85 miles an hour.
You will fall off. I mean, it's amazing. If nobody's ever been there, and you go down into the pit and you look at that wall,
It looks like a wall.
oh shit! I mean,
Yeah,
the
straight up.
TV doesn't do it justice, right?
I know.
But when you're there and you're like, holy, these guys are like, wow, the bikes,
Yeah.
the cars,
Yeah.
wow.
We were there. We used to go there. Wasn't with you guys. It was some other guys
Before us, right?
before you. We
Before
used
we
to
were
go there
Way before
and
we were
watch
born.
the Buells race, the cafes, the Buells, and you would hear.
Oh, they were loud.
Yeah,
they were loud.
you would hear. The other bikes have that high pitch. You would hear that throaty sound coming around, and we would stay on the outfield, inside the track. Inside on the stands, and watch them climbing the wall as he's going around. And them Buells were fast.
Yeah.
They
We'd
they
all be
won a few
clapping.
times.
We'd all be clapping.
I remember, not to change the subject, but when we went to Laconia and they were doing the 83 races,
Yeah.
those were fun.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
fun.
Those were on dirt.
No, they were on the track over there.
Oh, they were on
Yeah.
the track too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Froze my ass off that weekend, man. Oof.
I never did that.
You never went to Laconia?
I went to Laconia about 10 times,
Oh,
but I never
never
did
went to the
track.
races?
Nah,
They were good.
never did the
I
track.
never did the track.
No, I never went in the track.
No, I
not
never
on the
went in.
bike, you know.
What track? In Laconia?
No, in any track.
You never went to Daytona's track inside?
No, I never went inside.
Oh, really?
I never saw a race.
Well, I never went for the car races. I only go for the
This
bike.
is
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
exciting.
This is going to be a real thrill for you.
That's
We're going to
wild.
have to video this.
Well, you see how big
on our
that is when you
YouTube
pull
channel.
up. It's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's gotta be nice.
phenomenal. It's fun. It's got. Let's see. I have a little history about this. So the history of this track is that, first of all, they used to race on the beach.
On the beach, that's what started.
Daytona.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this track began, the Daytona Speedway began in 1953. And Bill France Sr., he says he realized that the days of the beach were numbered. They'd had a lot of accidents, and they actually did the Daytona 500 on the beach.
That's when they had
cars.
beach, right? Before they built all these
yeah,
hotels.
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah. So, long story short, he actually purchased the property. He made a motion in April 4th of 1953. He proposed to build a permanent track. They gave him the permission in August of 54. Okay? So after that, they ended up building this in 1957. And the famous 33-degree wall, that's the wall. The high bank is 31 degrees. So if we had a kind of like a protract, it would be like that, this wall.
Do that again.
This is 40. Well, this is, no. This is 45.
Get out your ruler. Or...
This is 45. This is 45. This is a 45. Because this is 90. This is 40. This is 90.
That's 90.
Right. This is 45. So 31 is over here. So that's really steep. And they started, that's the races. The races they started, they had 41,000, right? 41,000 seats. In July of 2013, they opened it up to 101,000. That's how many seats are in that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big. Wow.
101,000 seats.
I remember when they rebuilt it and they expanded everything. I've been going up there for over 30 years, so.
Yeah, it's the Speedway now has approximately 101,500 permanent, wider, and more comfortable seats. Okay, so I mean this is phenomenal. I mean most of these tracks you hear 60,000, even a football stadium, what is it, maybe 65, 70,000.
Yeah.
This is big. This is big. So anyway, we'll be there. We'll be on that track. And Eric, we're going to see what that 131 is going to do.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll be really.
Make sure there's no trucks around you. Huh?
Yeah.
So our objective of this podcast is to bring you guys entertainment for what it's worth.
Right. If anybody wants to listen to us blab around.
Some news, some content. We will have some guests. And we will go live. That's our objective, is to go live with this.
Yeah, this is our first one, so we haven't.
This is our first one, you got to get the bugs out.
Yep.
We could actually use your
help. This is all
help.
for fun,
We could actually use your help if.
I don't care if anybody watches it. I'm going to be here every week doing this. I mean, to me, it's fun.
This is
We
great.
get to talk with amongst each other.
Listen, we've been between us all.
I would love people to watch it. Don't get me wrong.
They'll watch it.
Between us all, we
when
have.
they're bored.
Yeah. Nothing else to do in the bathroom, maybe.
I want to say, between us all, we have probably close to 100 years of riding, if you added us all up.
If you add it up,
riding.
I mean,
Yeah. And miles, if you added us all up, maybe 200,000-300,000 miles.
I don't know. I keep changing bikes. I have no idea how much
I know. We could have.
Start writing them.
I know,
We got to write them down.
Yeah. Every time I need an oil change, I got a new one.
So we have all this knowledge, and we have nothing to do with it. We got tired of talking to each other, so we want to bring it out.
You guys are blessed.
Yeah, great.
We want to bring it out, but you got to let us know. You got to let us know what you think. Give us an idea of what some content you'd like to hear.
Yeah, so we're going to start bringing also like a Harley Davidson news of the week to see what's going on with them.
Events, right?
Maybe some other bikes as well. other
Yeah, it doesn't just have to be
Yeah,
Harley.
yeah.
We can get
invite
into cars
everyone
too.
to
if
come
we
on.
want, you know.
As we do our live videos.
Right, bring some
Right.
friends in. Some
Yeah,
guests,
we'll be doing FaceTime, Zoom calls, whatever.
You tell them about the live guests we're having
Well, we'll have live guests.
in the event.
Are we gonna eat
in
them
the
or what?
future.
Huh?
Live guests? We're gonna eat them?
In the future, we're going to have some live guests. Of course, we have enough mics and enough headsets.
That we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what
And
you
we
see
have
here
we'll
is
be having some good guests on too.
Yeah.
See how much they're gonna pay us to become our guests. But
Right.
That's for another day.
So, along with this, I do sponsor the channel as well.
He's the man. Without him, this wouldn't be happening.
I'm a realtor here in South Florida, and I'm known as the Biker's Realtor because I've helped many bikers sell and buy homes here in Florida. I kind of relate to them, know what they're looking for. If you guys are interested or have any questions, you could send me an email or send us on our email page, crazyridesinc@gmail.com, and the rides is with a Z, not an S. Also, I'll post also my contact information. So if you guys have any questions about selling or buying here in South Florida or anywhere else, actually, I'd be happy to help you out. On that note, what do you got?
I don't know.
You want me to open up my lights, make sure everything's all right?
Yeah, go
let's-
get your
let's-
lights
that out.
real quick.
Let's see.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
So we have a new product that Dean bought for his bike, and we're very excited about it. By the way, our last video, we put a Hertz amp and speakers in one of our friends, 1,000-watt.
On this
Watch it.
2024 Street Glide.
Yes, on his 2024 Street Glide. You should watch it.
Yeah, it's
Very
It's on the
educational.
YouTube channel, all right.
It's on our
already.
channel, and I'll tell you,
If you have your camera on you, you could just zoom in on this QR code, and it'll bring you right to the channel, actually.
there you go. There you go. Christmas came early.
Oh, there's just a lot of parts.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my
Let's see what the
God.
lights look like.
Oh,
Give you
that's,
an idea. Feel the weight of that. Holy
there
shit.
goes the, wow. Feel the weight of this thing. That's only one.
Wow.
Oh, that front's going to be heavy.
So that's going to be on a 23 and a half,
Stickers.
3 and a half CVO
Yes.
Road Glide.
You see.
So it comes as a whole kit
Oh yeah, we have two
because
headlights.
it has the different light on.
We have-
So this
we have
is-
4 of these little guys.
This is an aluminum casing. This light is in an aluminum casing.
It's going to go on a nice bracket, and then you're going to have 4 blinkers, 1 running light and a blinker.
Let's see what we
The
got.
light,
These are the little Baja lights that are going to
these
go
are
on the
nice.
side. Yeah, these are nice.
Oh.
Look at that.
let me see. They heavy too?
No,
No, they're nothing. Oh my God.
it's pretty nice.
These are pretty heavy, well made.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is
These are
solid.
well made.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a lot of work to do, man.
Yeah.
LP6.
You know what? We'll do the installation video
Yeah.
on this and
Love it.
post it.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
Love it.
Man, that's serious weight.
Now, Dean also
Wow,
has a YouTube channel, The Ex New Yorker.
Yeah, check
So
them
check
out.
that out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
Yeah, that's going to be
So
enough.
when-
I didn't realize how heavy those were.
When are we going to do this?
This one?
Well,
Yeah,
when
I
when are
know.
you going to install this?
I don't know. I got to.
All right, well,
We'll figure,
figure
it out.
that out.
Yeah,
and record it.
not this weekend. We just did Nate's last weekend, so.
Yeah.
This is gonna take. I gotta build this first. I gotta put all the everything on the brackets and everything. Get all that. I'll probably do in the house. you
Right.
know.
Does this have like a backing?
Yes, it has. There's 2 plates actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one has a backing, so you don't get any rain in there.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, it's
We don't
not,
know
I'm not going
that.
to say it's waterproof, but there is a backing, but it's not sealed.
Right.
Okay.
That's my
But
problem.
the way it hangs around the fairing, I mean, water can get in there now. There's vents. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No,
No.
he's talking about
Water-
behind the light.
Behind the light, and the water can't get in there through the vents because the vents go out the outs of the
Yeah, I know,
bike.
but it's still
My
open.
problem is because I'm looking
Because he's
at them,
talking
too.
about the wiring.
The wiring,
Why, these are
the
made-
amp,
these are made
the
to get wet.
radio.
Well, yeah, we know
for me.
that.
Yeah.
But anything behind
Behind
the
it.
light.
But look, everything plugs in is going to be sealed.
Right. But I'm just saying anything behind the light, you know, you have an amp over there or whatever.
Well, we're
The
going to
case
find
may be.
out when we do this.
Yeah, I guess we'll find.
Because I can't get close enough to anybody else's bike. I'm not going to walk up on their bike
I haven't
and
heard.
have them lights on our fairing. You know what
I haven't
mean?
heard anybody complaining about these as far as
No,
water.
Or
nobody-
anything else.
nobody's
as
And these are
talking
getting
about-
big on these new bikes now.
Even nobody's talked. Even Jess with her custom bike, she's got the Baja lights,
Yeah.
whatever brand they are, and
Yeah, they're
she
Baja.
travels all over the country.
Yeah.
And she rides it all over the country. So obviously there hasn't been an issue.
Right.
Next time I see her, I'm going to ask them.
All right. I guess on that note, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah,
All right.
I had fun.
Enjoyed it.
All right.
Maybe
This
got
is
some
our
information
epic
from it.
first edition. So
And
hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
yeah, let us
Listen,
know any topics.
We take
you
any
might wanna know.
criticism,
us
you
to
know,
know.
and if
No, we
you
don't
want to
take
help us
criticism
out,
well.
well, I don't, but they'll do. They do.
Yeah.
On a serious note, we'd like to know what you're doing, and you know,
Yeah.
eventually
Mark's
we'll
questions.
go live and we'll be able to communicate with you.
Yes. All right.
All right. Later.
All right,
Thank you guys.
ciao.
Have a good one.